Test.
Hello.
Oh, what a good song.
This is a good one.
Dude,
test
how does-
to the good
how
one.
does the song
Directional.
not get you amped?
Oh, I'm pumped up.
Oh
Pumped
my
up.
god!
Key.
Yeah, usually the last week,
Yeah.
last weekend, right now. I mean, up until last night. So say a weekend. Oh my god! Maybe like the last 10 days, I've been just not having a lot of steam going past 10 o'clock.
No kidding.
And oh my god, dude, I'm so jazzed right now. I think this movie energized me.
Yeah.
I got just a baby amount of alcohol in me, but I'm feeling good.
And just enough to get the spark, to light that spark, ignite that spark, right?
Just enough. But
Yeah.
oh my god, I just feel feel energized. So
I know. Well, that's the thing. You know, and I had some coffee late afternoon too, so that, you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Like I'm a little amped as well.
I'm probably going to score some coffee, make some 6i coffee right after this.
That's the move.
So
That's a good way to end it.
Alexa, stop. Oh my god. So yeah, let me kill the air, and we'll pick up this little shindig. Let's do it. Gotta let the ladies know what's going on.
Days.
We're in social media turmoil. My phone just crapped out. We were taking pictures for all the accounts.
Yep.
We got my phone,
Facebook, Twitter, Instagram.
got my phone booting up right here, making noise. We're drinking some vodka and LaCroix,
Tangerine is sparkling water.
It's
Water.
good. Oh, it is good.
Right.
Good mix.
A little spicy.
So we watched the movie because the director of this movie. What's the director's name?
Oh,
Chris. Oh, I'm only asking Chris because he took notes.
no, it's fine. I took notes. I forgot to write down his name in the notes. Oh no, Chris von Hoffman.
Chris von Hoffman. That is correct. Directed by, written by, produced by, and he's one of the actors.
Yes, he is.
So we have 4 crowns. He's a quadruple threat in this movie. So Chris von Hoffman, he ended up finding us on Instagram, and when I looked into his account, I saw who he was, and I direct messaged him. I said, "Yo, Home Slice, hailing from Philly." I said, "Your movie's on our list for Dream Warriors," and he says, "Oh, that's awesome. Let me know when it's done."
Yeah.
And I said, "Will do."
Right.
And that was a few days ago, and now we're here talking about the movie we're talking about, Drifter.
Yeah.
Drifter. Okay. Oh my god, I need. I got to put my phone on mute. I apologize, everyone. Okay. So. Okay. Take it over, Chris.
Okay. We'll jump
Chris,
into it. This is a post-apocalyptic thriller type movie. Pete and I both liked it a lot in terms of it's definitely our speed with movies. Very gritty, very outlaw, post-apocalyptic. Had a real washed-out feel, low budget. Kind of had to feel like a Robert Rodriguez, Tarantino type film.
Yeah. So by our movie, okay, because
Yes.
I always feel like this is a scale where this is something we're constantly sculpting, defining, redefining along the way. So by our type of movie, we mean that it's gritty, it's dirty,
Yes.
it's violent, it's quick.
Yes.
Meaning that
Fast paced.
yeah, not entirely fast paced. Like quick to the it's maybe like quick to the point that or how about this? Let me remove quick. The movie has clear intent.
Yes.
Like we kind of know what we're getting when we watch this type of movie. So the other films we would put into this category, okay, would be Clockwork Orange.
Clockwork Orange, Taxi Driver.
Yeah. Okay, and then it kind of trickles down from there. Now, movies like this can exist outside of the setting.
Yeah.
Meaning that it can really even be like a drama. It can even be a comedy.
Yeah.
Meaning that a lot of the movies you and I are drawn to, we know what we're getting, and that's the point I'm getting at. But Now, we know what we're getting buddied with desperation, violence,
Yeah.
torture, beatings.
Yeah.
It's definitely a home run because
Well, that's what I think. I that drew me towards it is how gory it was. Wonderfully gory and violent. With no mercy. I mean, as you get into it, just like A Clockwork Orange, it has that feel where it's like no hold back on the violence. It takes you right there. Makes you feel a part of it. Like you're a part of, like you're right in the circle watching this guy get bludgeoned.
Yeah, I think the way how this movie was shot, it draws in the viewer. I think our filmmaker. Okay, I think this dude. I mean, I'm not
Hoffman.
Yeah, I mean, I call a filmmaker, auteur, visionary. He sat down to make a movie that went through the entire spectrum of filmmaking. It went through shooting on site, shooting in the studio, daytime, nighttime. Okay.
Yep.
It deals with mood. It deals with I'll say it again, desperation. There's a cry that comes from this movie that can only exist in the movie made of this fashion, the way it was made, and this guy. It's almost as if like I was like a lot of times when I watch these movies, I try and find a way for people to understand, like what type of artist this is, and that's a tough bridge to cross. So one of the things I kind of came up with is like picking something that people know and saying that this guy would be good. Like for example, like if a chef is so skilled, they could be a Chinese chef. Like they could do like Szechuan style, and you say, look, this person needs to make a Szechuan chicken pizza. Yeah. People will be like, "Oh my god! Like that just sounds amazing." Your mind goes, you start to imagine things, and you kind of get the point of the skill level. Yeah. Okay. So one of the things I started doing was, I envisioned this person making a comic book movie. What comic book movie would best measure with this person and what we're seeing on screen? And I think it's a way. So something did come to mind.
Okay.
In the third act. Okay, which was, I think this dude. I think
because I can see you going a couple different directions, but I'm curious.
Yeah. Okay. I got you on the hook. Okay. Yeah. I think this dude needs to make a Joker movie. Okay. With Harley Quinn.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
With a crime-driven movie that is strictly about them. I'm not even talking about the Dark Knight. Leave the Dark Knight out of it. Yeah. I want the two of them.
Yeah, the Joker
and this guy to roll around in a cinematic orgy and see what comes out, because I think he nails this psychotic spontaneity, the threat, the uneasiness, and he moved us through 3 acts. Each act had a point. Each act had a reign, had a clear end, and like it essentially started. Like we kind of pick up in the middle, but it started as like the beginning, and then it was we're on the road, and then we hit our false paradise. Okay, very clear. I mean, very Western.
Very Western, yeah.
But at the same time, this dude needs. I don't know. I mean, creative artist agency needs to bang on this dude's door, hire him, and use what they can do to deliver him material that people know that he can remold. Yeah. Because look, I get it, but part of the game is attaching yourself to material that is going to capture the masses. Yeah. Now, at that point, make a deal with the studio. One for you, one for me. I'll do your Joker movie, but you gotta give me.
Do my.
Yeah, you gotta do one of this. And this guy is primed for that type of like deal. But look,
Definitely.
like you, I know you had thoughts. I want to jump right to you, but this was just on the tip of my brain. I had to pour it out.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, what I really wanted to get into, it definitely has a lot of influences as in terms of like you can feel like the Rob Zombie, Devil's Rejects, House of a Thousand Corpses bleeds right through that. Sharon Moon, the female role with this psychotic woman. She's very sexualized.
Put the two of them in something.
Yes, and that's the thing. And I could see her being the Harley Quinn. When you said that, instantly that thought went to mind. This girl is like this dirty, sexy but crazy. You don't want to be turned on, but you just might be, you know. And
you're turned on, but you are afraid.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah. Kind of like
frightened.
that. She could slice your throat 1 second, or blow you the next. Who knows?
And she's easy on the eyes, but she also has scarification or
she's imperfect. She's definitely imperfect.
Yeah, and
which I think that physically, portrays itself, the same way.
Yeah.
It physically manifests that itself in that character along with it.
Yeah, and I think that the spoilers, and we do spoilers here on Dream Warriors.
Yeah,
but at the end, we're at this dinner scene. Mm-hmm. Okay, everyone's at,
which is very, very much like the House of a Thousand Corpses dinner scene.
House of a Thousand Corpses, Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Chainsaw, yeah.
It goes on and on, on and on. Mm-hmm. Now, I was thinking about this while I was peeing. Mm-hmm. Now, it's not to be knocked, meaning that you can easily say, it's unoriginal, like it's this.
Yeah.
But
you know what?
When it's done well, I don't care because, again, we'll make the superhero comparison. There's no superhero movie that doesn't have the guy on top of a building, with a sunrise or with the moon in the background, or jumping from a building, or jumping and landing and having a 3-point stance. There's tropes. There's tropes and genres for reasons of identification and to establish what is happening in the story. I think when they are done well, it is no different than if you're doing a Godzilla movie, you have Godzilla fighting another monster inside of a city. Mm-hmm. It is no different. Now, what the difference is that how every filmmaker approaches that. And now, like with this type of scene, it's such an impactful, influential type of scene that the audience knows. They identify when it's there, and I think it's great when you compare them now. When you just line them all up and do a wild, crazy, creepy dinner scene montage, and you see how all of these different filmmakers approach
the same thing.
I think it's
interesting because that's the thing is, if you want to say unoriginal, nothing's original. Like everything's already been done.
Why harp on it?
Why harp on it?
Yeah, why harp on it?
Yeah.
Now you said you had a couple hang-ups.
A couple hang-ups. Yeah.
Let's talk about those, because we ain't just sucking D here.
Yeah, we gotta be real.
We're talking anal-less. We're analyzing this.
Absolutely. So, well, you know what? Before I get into the negatives, I want to just bring apart the fact that just a little fact. The film was shot in 13 days in Southern California.
Was it really?
Yeah, so it was a short shooting window. Yeah. So
13 days.
13 days.
I'm triple impressed.
Yeah.
Oh, or I'm 13 times.
13
impressed.
times. Yeah, they had a short shoot schedule, and they were able to accomplish it within 2 weeks.
Good call. Good look up.
Yeah. So anyway, so now down to brass tacks here.
Oh, now we're getting that. I knew you were trying to figure out what the budget was. Any idea?
I couldn't find it. If you're able to find it, I'm curious.
If it's 13 days, I'm willing to say
it's a low budget.
It was $13. I'm willing to.
But you can definitely tell by the set, the way it's made, and the way it's set up it can be done cheap. Well,
and I thought they merged what was indoor and what was outdoor perfectly.
Very
like what
good.
was on the set, what was not on the set, perfectly with this.
Yes.
If it's shot within 13 days, I mean, how much of a budget? I mean,
there's a good amount of movies that because you can only pay people for so long.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean.
You're right. But the thing is, that's difficult to fit that within.
And if people are to interrupt, if people are sacrificing their time to, because look, you imagine everyone who made the movie is, maybe has a day job.
Yes.
But if you do it in 13 days, everyone can conceivably take 2 weeks off of work.
Yeah.
Can take their entire vacation and sick time.
Yeah.
And commit to this, and you can really draw like long hours and get it done within 2 weeks. I don't know. I mean, if that, I'm not going to question it, but even if that's a little bit underestimated, we can maybe say like if it was 15 or 16 days.
Yeah.
But
a 20-day shoot schedule is pretty tight. For
that's amazing.
Something with this much special effect, not special effects. This much.
Well, I had practical effects.
Practical effects. That's what I mean. It had makeup, hair.
Right.
Yeah. That's a lot of stuff to get down.
I mean, the other thing that I'm considering, since the 3 acts were so clear, it's almost like, well, you maybe could have had 2 things going on at the same time. You could have like second unit running this stuff.
That's true.
And you can have like first unit running here, and you can be shooting twice same day. I mean, it's
very, very true.
Yeah, but it's very cool. But I thought the one thing I loved when I talk about there's a love of cinema here.
Absolutely.
It's visually how things look, especially in the beginning when you're doing the music and the montages. You and I both.
It's very much an art piece.
Yeah. And both of us, we were watching this. And we were like, "Yo, this movie kicks ass. This music is amazing."
Yeah.
We loved the music.
The score is wonderful, and that can make or break a movie. I was impressed.
Yeah, I think our one major criticism. I mean, I know we're getting to yours, but let me tell you if this is on your list.
This is probably going to be
It doesn't seem to hit the point at times where where it's a little, there's too many beats between what's happening. At times,
yes,
like
that's my number one issue.
Out, right?
Is this too drawn out for dramatic effect, or it almost seems like they were padding for the runtime.
Makes sense,
which makes sense.
13 days.
Yeah, but that's
if
the
you
thing
added
is,
the 14th day, we would have been fine.
Yeah, but
we would have had enough.
That's the thing is you have. It's a little bit drawn out, like you said, too many beats in between that really it lost its dramatic effect on me. Like it no longer had that dramatic effect. It just felt like, all right, get to the next one. Like I shouldn't be sitting here as a viewer thinking, get to the next scene, come on, get to the next frame. But you're dragging it. I can only stare at this woman's face for so long as you slowly zoom into her.
I'll say this though. I think some of that is also a testament because we got anxious towards the end of the movie.
Okay.
And we were anxious because we were at that point drawn in. We were roped in, and the anticipation of us wanting to know what will happen immediately after this shot, after this scene. We wanted to see how things were going to end up and progress, and I think there was like some of that there.
Yeah.
Like I think that we were over anxious because we were enjoying it so much.
Yes, and to be honest, I was excited to get to review this movie, like because it was definitely right up our alley. So I was gnawing at the bit to get over here and record.
We wanted to run over here right away. The only problem we had was making drinks and taking peas.
That was it. That was the longest part of our travels.
What is happening here?
Yeah. But then now another thing too, besides just the time, I think that the dialogue lacked a little bit, the writing. And now, not that it lacked what was there, it just could have been, there could have been more depth. It was a little shallow, but this isn't the kind of flick where you need a whole lot of intricate dialogue to make the movie. I just felt like there was a little bit less, like more could have been explained. There could have been more backstory to some of the characters. You could have gotten maybe a little bit more into things. Now I don't want to dive real deep. Of course, it's not that kind of movie. But
I'll tell you, I mean, I think there's something to these types of movies. Mm-hmm. There's another movie on Netflix called Bad Batch.
Yeah,
that you have to watch. You have to watch this movie. Mark and I watched it. Mark came here. We watched it. Bad Batch. Mm-hmm. We immediately did a podcast. Same type of attitude, right? This movie you will love. Bad Batch. These movies are influenced by Road Warrior, and they're slow deconstructions of this post-apocalyptic desert yellow high plains drifter type environment.
Yeah.
Okay. All of these movies, all these movies I just named, including Road Warrior, including Fury Road.
Yep.
Okay, Fury Road to me is one half of a movie because they drive to a point and then they drive back. It's almost like that. There's really no point to Fury Road, and I know that's an unpopular opinion. But I think we're in an age now where a generation grew up loving Road Warrior, and they are further deconstruction. There's a deconstruction on what this means to the future of this genre, and I think it's widely accepted or understood. One of the bullet points of this genre is that there's no need for dialogue. Okay,
Yeah.
and and it's a very delicate path. And I'm with you on this movie. I'm with you on the notion that we could have had a little bit more emotion, a little bit more exposition on where these characters were at points, especially leading into the third act.
Yeah.
Because everything collapses within the third act. But with that being said, wow, like you make concessions because the time this movie was shot in.
Yeah. The budget that I'm sure that it was shot under,
like
and not only that, but you're talking about you have a bunch of no-name actors that really filled their roles well. I'll give credit to casting, which I'm sure was everybody on staff, that they did well picking a decent crew of actors that filled their roles well, and got the point across.
Yeah. Did you have anything? Like anything else to add, like from your notes?
Yeah. There's one more thing that I'll get into is which I kind of like. There was a little tidbit in there that Chris von Hoffman said that he channeled his anger and frustration into the film, intentionally making it nihilistic and mean-spirited as possible, and that reminded me of like Paul Schrader when he wrote Taxi Driver in the midst of a depression, within a few days.
Yeah, I remember him. They were talking about that in the Bret Easton Ellis podcast.
Oh, really?
Paul Schrader did. Yeah, if it's still available, I'll send that over to you. It's on.
Please do.
It's on Podcast One.
Okay.
Which one day will be featured on.
Okay.
We'll be there. Dream Warriors will be on Podcast One. But it's a awesome interview with Schrader.
Nice, yeah.
Yeah, it's a good 1 hour long conversation. Yeah. They go into detail with some of that. But okay.
Other than that, my notes, I think that was pretty much everything I wanted to touch on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we're highly recommending this movie.
Yes, highly. Yeah.
Okay. And so according to some of the online, I just went through some of the power clicks. So I guess some of the overall reviews are not fantastic on this, and we don't care.
Don't care.
Because the one of the baselines for Dream Warriors is that film criticism does not exist outside the form of Dream Warriors.
Yeah.
Meaning that you and I can watch this movie, we can talk about it right now, and we might watch it again and do more of a deeper analysis, because when you're nearly every single day, as Dream Warriors is, we can go into detail about really any movie we want. I would love long form. I would love for you to watch Bad Batch.
I'll watch
this movie and absolutely. Come back, and I will do 2 episodes with that, because I think that movie is as important to the cause as this. And by what I mean cause, I mean cause of people shutting up, putting their money where their mouth is. They're doing it. They're out there for 13 days, for 20 days, however, for under a month.
Yeah.
You spent under a month. You spent 2 weeks to make this movie. And I think it has more grit, more balls, more feeling than nearly everything nominated for an Oscar this past year.
No, that's a bold statement. That is a bold statement, sir.
Yeah, I will back that up, because this movie is for real. Yeah. And if this guy had, imagine if he had 3 months. Imagine you had like some of a real shooting schedule with a halfway decent budget. You had 3 months. What could this guy have done in 3 months?
Oh yeah, definitely would have had a lot more better, more concise.
That's what I'm
movie.
talking about.
Yeah,
These movies, and I thank Netflix. I thank Netflix for doing what they're doing. And
I bow to Netflix for giving the arts what they have been.
It is changing everything.
Yeah.
They're up right now. Netflix is adding $2 billion annually to their original content development. So they last year was $6 billion. Now they're up to $8 billion.
Jesus.
That's how much you're spending on content.
That's crazy.
It's crazy.
I know, and all the great series that you get coming out of Netflix. I'm telling you, Netflix is the wave of the future. They're coming in and they're destroying these big these other studios.
Let it all crumble.
Let Hollywood die, and let Netflix take over.
Yeah. Look, we just right now, like bro to bro.
Yeah.
I thank everyone involved with this movie. I really do.
Straight up.
You gave us a
big ups on this, Chris.
You gave us
fellow namesake.
From one Chris to another.
From one Chris to another. Von Hoffman,
bro?
you knocked it. You knocked it out the park.
Okay, so we're under where we normally are, but I'm fine with that.
Okay.
What you got for our 30-second story, bro?
Okay, so one time I got a DUI. It was at
10 seconds.
Christmas. Oh Jesus! Christmas party. I punched the door in the bar.
15.
Ran out, jumped in my truck, and got pulled over. And that's that.
Damn,
Mr. DUI.
We're done. You're under. Dream Warrior 79 signing out.
Follow me at DOCWATSO on Instagram.
Okay, AKAPAD 13. You know what it is. It's rock and roll.